Hello. Marcy Ben from Think Premium JA. Here are some quick tips in association with IslandNet that I think any entrepreneur could benefit from. And these are cybersecurity tips. So, 5 things I would not do after attending a security awareness training session. And by the way, IslandNet does actually offer security awareness training for employees in companies of all shapes and sizes. And we literally come up with a really fun, interactive curriculum with content that would actually ensure that your employees don't cost your company millions of dollars by doing, unfortunately, very foolish things in the cyberspace. And yes, the average small business can lose up to 2.34 million, yeah, US due to a cyber attack. For example, ransomware. And ransomware is just one of the ways in which you can get attacked online. So, one thing I wouldn't do would be to forget to do regular security updates. Now, as a growing business owner, guess what? If you have to make a choice between upgrading your antivirus and buying food to eat, guess who's going to buy food to eat? I'm not even going to deny that. But what I will say though is, the antivirus is going to cost you after a while, right? Because guess what? Everything happens online now. Everything happens online now. So eventually it does come up. It does come up, and you don't want a case where you get a ransomware attack, and that's when you start thinking about your antivirus. That's not going to help anybody, is it? Because, by then all the damage done. You can get away with it for a while, but you can only get away with it for so long. So that's one thing. The next thing, using weak or reused passwords. And this is something I am sadly a little guilty of. If you're going to reuse a password, you're either going to make sure it's a really good, strong password that the average person is not going to catch, or just try and use different passwords for different things. Because, and this is something that a lot of people find, the average hacker, when they hack someone's account, they're not just checking that password on one platform. They're using that person's login credentials on multiple platforms, because the average person logs into multiple platforms using the same email address and the same password. So you put yourself at risk by using the same login credentials across different platforms, because if you get hacked, most likely the hacker isn't going to try and use it in one place, especially if the goal is to do identity fraud, stealing your money, all sort of good stuff, right? Or not so good stuff in that case. Another thing I wouldn't do is clicking on suspicious links, and these things do happen. Especially as a curiosity, you'll click on that one email that you're not really expecting, because you're like, who is this person? Could this potentially be a client? But if you look and see it's not a client, or they just have an email with no attachment, you don't know who this person is, and it's from an email address that it looks like a company email address, it looks like somebody that you know, but something's missing. Like, for example, let's say it's abccompany.com. Instead of abccompany.com, it's abccompanies.com or abc.com or abccompany.net or something. But the person's username, like the actual name, like Marcia Bent at ABC Company, like Marcia Bent abccompany.net or Marcia Bent ABC. It's similar, but it's not the actual email address from the person that you are used to doing business with. I wouldn't click on it. I wouldn't click on the email. And even if you do click on the email, just don't click on any suspicious links. If you end up on a website, don't click any suspicious links on any websites, or that don't seem as though they carry you to the right place, if that makes sense. So many persons actually fall victim to this, by the way. You'll see a lot of persons trying to impersonate banks, and they'll put all sorts of weird links in the body of the email, things for you to click, because they're always going to push you to do something. There's always a sense of urgency, like, oh, your account is being attacked, oh, your phone ran out of space, oh, your phone might be hacked. You see those pop-ups come up all the time on your phone, especially when you're using certain platforms to download YouTube videos, or convert YouTube videos to MP3. For example, you see these pop-ups come up. They are a thing which you really shouldn't be doing, but people do it. but you see it in emails all the time. If you see that, try not to click on the links, because yeah, that might just be an attack that's just waiting to happen. Sharing sensitive information online, that's a bad idea. So I wouldn't take a photo of my company ID and putting it online. It's not a good idea, because people use that information. People will use that information. Even if it is your company ID, they get your full name, including your middle name, which a lot of persons use as a password. They have your date of birth, which a lot of persons use as a password. They have a clear image as to what you look like. People put up the credit card information. I've seen persons put up an entire credit card online, which is dumb. I mean, I can understand if you're trying to shut down a credit card and you send a picture of it by WhatsApp to your bank, but even that is risky. Even the banks will tell you not to do that, because it's risky. Imagine putting that on Facebook or Instagram. That's just wild. Like, that's just wild. I mean, I can understand your credit card that you don't plan on using again, because you know you maxed that out like 3 days till Sunday. Maxed out. Like, the thing be dead anyway. Like, but at the same time, you're really not supposed to be doing that. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're trying to celebrate that you're not using a credit card anymore, so don't put up a picture of it. Or any other personal information like that, like even your ID card, like your driver's license, where you live. Don't put up things like that, yo. Don't do it. And of course, ignoring security best practices, like for example, not using two-factor authentication on social media, which is actually quite dangerous. I respect the move that Facebook made with the two-factor authentication. It's annoying, it is, but I respect it because it gives me a level of protection. Google has it as well. For example, if you're trying to log into Google, you have to back it up on another device that you are the person trying to log in on Google. That's two-factor authentication. You have multiple factors, namely 2 other factors or 1 other factor, to confirm that you are the intended user trying to log into your account, which is good. Or even like encryption as well. So encryption, ensuring that your data, when it's shared across different platforms, when it's going across the information, going across the internet, the information is encrypted, is made into an unreadable code that if somebody were to intercept the communication flow, they wouldn't be able to get anything out of it. Like that, right? Because when information is being shared over the internet, it's shared using internet protocol, which breaks up the information into packets of information. Anyway, if encryption is not used, like data encryption, then the information can be intercepted at midway and somebody can easily pick up what the information is saying. If it is encrypted and placed in an unreadable code, even if they were to intercept the communication or the message being sent or whatever, it wouldn't be useful. So that's something. And even like backing up your data regularly, that's something that's important. I mean, you can always like sign up for additional storage space on Google, but if you're a micro business owner but don't know the money thing tight, so you might not always be able to do that. If you have another way of backing up your information, if it's even to create multiple free email accounts and using the Google Drive, you can try that. Yeah, and just maintaining a secure online presence. And here's an even simpler one you can do as well. I'm actually someone that's learning, right? So a simple thing that you can do as an entrepreneur is, if you're walking away from your laptop for whatever reason at a cafe or even like in your home office or in an office, lock your screen, lock your phone screen as well, and put on a password on your devices. Simple. At least if you leave for whatever reason, somebody can just randomly look on your phone or look on your screen and see what you're doing. That simple thing can actually protect you. Alright, so hope this helps. Again, Marcy went from Think Premium in association with IslandNet. And yeah, even if this added value to you, comment down below which other tip did I miss. That's really simple that you would not do after going to a security awareness training session. And if you'd like to learn more about IslandNet security awareness training sessions for your company, let me know. Comment down below or DM me. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. And remember to never stop dreaming. Bye-bye.